Today we'll start a new project, Word Mastermind. The object of this game is to guess a random word from a file of common four-letter words that I created specifically for this game. You'll be given clues for which letter you guessed in the correct position and those you guessed in the wrong position. But first, we'll need to create a couple more convenience methods to use in this and future projects. In today's lesson, we'll create the first of those methods, prompt for yes/no. With a call to this method, we'll be able to write one line of code to ask the user any question and receive a true or false response. Hi, I'm Annette Gotland. I'm the author of the Do-It-Yourself Java Games books. I teach Java programming through creating games. Welcome to the video version of my books. We're currently in the Text Games video series, TG, the first of 4 types of games series. The focus of this series is to cover the fundamentals of Java programming. You'll learn how, when, and why Java programs are written the way they are. This series has 16 projects. Each project assumes you already have the skills taught in the previous projects. A link to the entire Text Games playlist is provided in the description below. We're currently working on the 14th project, TG14, Word Mastermind. The goal in the Word Mastermind game is to guess a 4-letter word. The clue will contain an O for each correct letter you guessed in the correct position, and an X for each correct letter you guessed in the wrong position, like this. This is lesson TG14.1, where you'll create a method to prompt a user to respond with yes or no. This project uses the MyWindow superclass we created in project TG8 Calculator, and the MyString methods class we created in TG12 Word Scramble. A prompt for yes or no could be useful in many programs. It should display a prompt and make sure the user enters Y or N in either uppercase or lowercase. We'll add the method to the MyWindow class so you may use it for any program that uses MyWindow as a superclass. Do you recall what visibility a method should have so any class which extends MyWindow can use it? Exercise 1. Add a method to MyWindow to prompt for yes or no. Pause the video if you need more time in any of these exercises. If you want to see how I would complete any of the listings, please refer to the completed listings at the end of this video. Go to the MyWindow project and add a protected method to the MyWindow class named prompt for yes/no. It should take a string parameter named prompt and return a Boolean. Then declare a Boolean named yes, initially true. And finally, return the value of yes. There's nothing to run yet. Just make sure you don't have any syntax errors in this new method. Now you need code to call prompt for yes/no. Let's start writing the next program. Exercise 2. Create the Word Mastermind project, package, and class. First, create a new Java project named Word Mastermind and add MyWindow, MyString methods, and DIYjava.jar to the class path of the project. Hint: MyWindow and MyString methods are Java projects. DIYjava.jar is an external jar file. Hint: if you're unfamiliar with these terms, please refer to lessons TG1.1 Hello World, Java Projects, Packages, Classes, and Instant Help, and TG1.2 Hello World, Superclasses, DIY Window, and Quick Fix. Next, create a new package with a unique name. Hint: I named mine Annette.Gotland.WordMastermind. Then, create a new class named Word Mastermind with superclass MyWindow and with a stub for main and its constructors. And finally, add code to main to call the Word Mastermind constructor. Run it. What happened? It should have opened the DIY window with no contents. Next, let's add a loop that will eventually control program flow. For now, we'll just have the loop repeat a word endlessly. Exercise 3. Repeat a word endlessly. In the constructor, declare a Boolean named repeat, initially true. Add a while loop that continues while repeat is true. Inside the loop, print the word hello. Run it. What happened? It should repeatedly print the word hello. Close the window to end the program. If you're unable to close the window, click the Terminate button in the Eclipse console pane. Because repeat is always true, it'll keep printing hello forever or until you close the window. Let's add a prompt inside the loop asking if the user wants to repeat printing hello. Exercise 4. Repeat only if the user wants to repeat. Set repeat by calling prompt for yes, no to ask the user if you should repeat this. Run it. What happened? After each hello, it should have asked if it should repeat this. But no matter what you enter, it should still repeat hello. Because prompt for yes, no always returns true, the program should repeat hello regardless how you answer the question. Let's go back to prompt for yes, no to properly handle yes and no responses. We'll allow only single character uppercase and lowercase y and n responses. Exercise 5. Prompt for valid yes or no answers. Go back to mywindow.java. In prompt for yes, no, add a boolean named valid, initially false. Add a while loop to continue while valid is not true. Next, in the while loop, prompt the user for a string. Hint: use the mywindows prompt for string method. Hint: use the prompt string that was passed as a parameter to this method. Then add a switch block based on the user's response to the prompt to determine if they answered uppercase or lowercase y or n, or an invalid answer. Set yes and valid according to the user's response. Run the Word Mastermind program. Hint: make sure you have the Word Mastermind class selected in Eclipse when you click the Run button. What happened? It should have printed hello, then asked if you wanted to repeat it. If you enter uppercase or lowercase y, it should repeat hello. If you enter anything other than y or n, it should ask you to enter y or n. If you enter upper or lowercase n, it shouldn't print anything else. Key points and more. Prompt for yes, no. Use the prompt for yes, no method to ask the user a yes or no question and put the answer in a Boolean variable. You can use the prompt for yes, no method in any class that extends mywindow. The prompt for yes, no method will only recognize upper and lowercase y or n. It won't accept yes or no. You can add additional code if you wanted to accept other forms of yes and no. Make sure your prompt string tells the user to respond with y or n. Here are the completed listings for all the exercises in this video. This is the end of the first lesson in the Word Mastermind project. You now have a handy method to ask the user a yes or no question and get the answer in a Boolean variable. In the next lesson, we'll create another handy method to replace characters at a given position in a string.